Today, we're announcing the new killer feature of Nokia MixRadio, Play Me, a single button that gives you your own personal radio station. We're taking the simplicity and personalization of a music service to a completely new level. We're offering you your own personal radio station with just one click. On the service, you have several ways to interact with the service. We have the thumbs up and thumbs down buttons. You can favorite artists, or we can auto-favorite for you if we've concluded that you like an artist. Play Me is that single button that brings it all together for you. It's your own personal radio station. There are many things in the service that are unique that nobody else has. It's the only free, ad-free service that allows you to get straight to the music you love and even take that with you in an offline stage. Today, we're launching Nokia MixRadio across 31 countries globally. So in all of those countries, people can start using it now. And the good news about Nokia MixRadio is that the more you use it, the better it gets. With every click, anything you do with the service, any interaction, we learn about your own musical taste and we improve the service for you. Music is a universal passion point for consumers. I have yet to see a person who doesn't love music. So building that relationship between music and the consumer is extremely important for us. I think the first record I ever bought was probably a Rick Springfield record. Nile Rodgers, he's a legend. His musical career spans many decades and so many different types of music and just wonderful, amazing music. So we're really, really pleased that he's chosen to join us today here for the launch.
Historically, what we've gathered is any content that you've put on the phone, any music that you've ported onto the phone, any artists that you've favorited, any artists that you've created radio stations for, virtually anything you've done with music on the phone, we've collected that data and then zeroed in on what you like. Today, Nokia MixRadio is going live in 31 countries around the world. Nokia MixRadio has been an evolution and an innovation on top of what we've done with music over the last 7 or 8 years. I've been here since 2009, and this has been a dream of mine since coming aboard. Nokia MixRadio with the new Play Me feature is absolutely a major step forward in innovating the way people can access the world of music and find the music that they love. In fact, we've taken all the heavy lifting out and made it as simple as pressing one button to get your own personal radio station. I'm an old rocker. You'll find The Who, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, and today's rock. So you'll find some indie alternative like Bon Iver, Mumford & Sons, Ed Sheeran, and a lot in between.
I'm a real naysayer. So when Nokia MixRadio approached me, the first thing I kept thinking about was everything that would be wrong. I was like going, it can't do this, it can't do that, it can't do this, it can't do that. And they were going, no, it does do that. I went, really? Of course, I tried to do everything to sabotage the concept of the experience with the product. And to my surprise, I hate to say I was wrong, because it was actually incredibly satisfying, because I listen to music for entertainment. Like, I'm not the kind of person that has, music as my wallpaper. It's just, I'm cleaning up the house and all that sort of stuff. If I tried to do that, I'd never get anything done because music would distract me, because I love to listen to music. I went as weird as Eric Dolphy, 17 West, which is, like out there, or Mahavishnu Orchestra, Smile of the Beyond. But then I put, I think I have Lolita Holloway, like Hit and Run, and certainly I have Get Lucky by Daft Punk. I couldn't help that. I was like, okay, let me push my own product. I'm mainly known for dance music, but I also wanted to introduce people to the music that influenced my dance music, really, which was more jazzy kind of R&B. So I have quite a few jazzy R&B songs in there too. Probably the coolest new thing I have coming out is Disclosure. I did a track with Disclosure a few weeks ago, and we just put it out a few days ago, and it's just already through the roof. But that's not even the hot record, which is killing us because it's so good. I'm one of those type of people that believe when a composer has the power to communicate to people, meaning make hit records, those are very special songs. I grew up playing classical music and playing jazz, and one of my jazz teachers told me one day, nah, what makes you think you're the ultimate consumer? Because I was berating whatever the top 10 was, because I had to play in a covers band on the weekend. And he said, let me tell you something. Any record that sells 1 million is great, because what makes you believe that those 1 million people were wrong, but you and your taste buds are right? And that opened my mind up in such a way that, believe it or not, 2 months later, I wrote my very first #1 record. I always wanted to work with Miles Davis, but I wanted to do jazz with him, and he wanted to do pop with me, but I didn't know it. So we had become friends, and I only realized after he passed away and analyzing his product that he wanted what we all want who are composers. We want people to hear our music. He wanted a hit record. The first track that I decided to play, just because I wanted to see how cool the service was Lolita Holloway on Nokia MixRadio. I said, all right, since they're saying that this is my radio, I want to see if Lolita Holloway Hit and Run was there. So I entered it in, and sure as shooting, it was there. And it was the 12-inch version, which is what I wanted.
I can think of no better place to announce the new killer feature of Nokia Mix Radio, Play Me. Play Me takes you straight to the music you love and the music you're going to fall in love with. It really completes our mission to remove all the clutter between you and the music. We're also not trying to squeeze an inherently computer-based or fixed service into a mobile screen. We don't have to, because we're mobile. We're genetically mobile, and mobile is simple and always on. Play Me you can also take with you offline. So that's great for the New York subway or the London tube. In Helsinki we have network coverage everywhere, but I use it on when I fly, which is unfortunately pretty much every week.
You get to listen to music that's really moving to you. Of course, I'm gonna love, you know, Prokofiev and Coltrane and Miles and Monk. I mean, that's just who I am. But I really like Flo Rida records, I really do. And I would have never known, because I think the very first record that I heard by him is very different from a lot of the current records. So I would have thought that it would just stayed in one genre, but in fact, it's developed. On that level, a service like this would be really, really good for a guy like me, because I'd say, damn, he does that too? Oh man, he does that too, I like that. I was amazed that some of the artists that I didn't think would be there were there. And so it seems like the people on the back end really did their homework, because I did do some pretty obscure stuff, but not so obscure that it wouldn't rock a dance floor.
Nile Rodgers. Thanks so much for being here with us today.
Cool. No problem.
How did you come to sort of be involved with Nokia? How did you come to wind up here on this couch with me?
The interesting byproduct of what I had put in originally for my mixes, or my radio, if you will, started to kick back things that were really interesting to me, songs that I didn't know that certain artists had done that I actually liked. What was funny was I did what I typically do, is I start rewriting right away. I hear something, I get inspired by it, and I went, damn, you know, this song is really cool, but it'd be better if that next bar was a 2/4 bar, and I got inspired and I started writing new stuff from stuff that I didn't even know existed before, which I thought was, that impressed the hell out of me. I have to say that I became a little bit more convinced very organically, and I was a total naysayer, and I'm a pretty tough sell. I wanted to have something that corresponded to who I am. And I didn't think that this would be the product, but inadvertently it wound up doing something a lot cooler than I thought. When you get a hit record, at least in my world, when you get a hit record, all of a sudden these things start to converge. And it happened with every time in my life that I've had these periods. It's happened with Bowie, it happened with Madonna, it happened with Duran, it happened with Chic, Diana Ross, blah, 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 the B-52s, on and on and on. So people don't realize that yeah, everybody's into Daft Punk now, but I rated that record 2 years ago. All these records just started to come out around the same time. Not that it was planned like that at all.